Hey YouTube, it's Jamie, smoking in my car. Peterson Aran Calabash again. I was smoking this last night. And also I have luxury twist flake again. Yeah, I just loaded up my to-go. I keep a little to-go tin, an old tin of nightcap. That I just throw what I want in there for the day. But yeah, I was thinking about my lunch, because all right, last night or yesterday I went on lunch with a coworker and we went to this Indian buffet, and a place where I really like. I've been going there for years, this Indian restaurant. And I got the buffet. The buffet's never as good as the entrees that you order at the menu, because of course they're trying to, they do cheaper versions of the food for the buffet than they do for the entrees. So I did the buffet for lunch, and then I ordered an entree to go for dinner and for lunch today. I'm like that, I could eat the same food for several meals in a row without getting burnt out, if it's something I like. My wife's not like that. It's got to be something. If she has, pizza for lunch, she can't have spaghetti for dinner. It's got to be like something totally different. Anyway, so yeah, I got some palak paneer that I had half of it for dinner last night, and I got the other half of it for lunch today. And it got me thinking about how I got turned on to Indian food. We were living in Los Angeles at the time. This was about 20 years ago or so. And we lived in a Hare Krishna neighborhood. There was Hare Krishnas everywhere, like on our block. It was their like center was right there. They had a huge restaurant. They were cool people. I mean, they never like tried to sell us anything, or was like, hey, why don't you come by the church? They never did any sort of missionary stuff. They just they were just neighbors, and they were nice people. Yeah, this was in West LA, like Palms area. So Venice and like Motor or Robertson or something like that. And yeah, they used to close off the whole block there, and on Sundays they would have a feast, right, where they would, all the Hare Krishnas, like their whole community, would block off the street. They had celebrations with like statues and all kinds of like, a bunch of kids and people and visitors milling about. And they had free food, right, where you could donate if you wanted, or you could not. We always donated, but that's where I really started eating a lot of Indian food, living in that neighborhood, particularly going to those feasts on Sundays. I forget what they were called, but again, super cool people. Really nice, and great food. And that really got me turned on to like the Indian spice profile, like Panch Paran and the various curries and garam masala, and all the different like well, they didn't do any tandoori because they're vegetarian, right? And plus, it just so happened that my wife and I, we had just kind of moved in together. And and we were both vegetarian, and she kind of still is, and I'm like pescatarian now. I eat fish. Every once in a while I'll eat beef. I never do chicken, but yeah, I'll do seafood. And then a couple times a year I'll do beef. It's primarily for ethical reasons, the both of us. Certainly for her. She's been vegetarian since she was 16. But anyway, as you can imagine, the Indian cuisine, they've been doing vegetarianism for thousands of years, right? So they know how to do it. They know how to make it tasty and satisfying and have like a complete flavor profile without having meat in there. So consequently, we both really enjoy that cuisine. But being primarily vegetarian, the both of us, we do a lot of like Thai. There's a great Cambodian place by my house. You know what I wished I liked, but I don't like it? We've got apparently the best Ethiopian place in town right around the corner from our house. And I just can't stand Ethiopian food. I've tried many times over the years to like it. But the Najira, kind of spongy, porous bread, it's like wet feeling. And you use that to like sop up the what in Indian they call a dal. It's like a lentil curry sort of thing, but it's fermented. I don't know. It's just the fermented stuff and that gross wet bread. I just can't get into Ethiopian food. I know a lot of people who really enjoy it, but and I tried. I gave it a fair shake several times. We were living in Minneapolis, and there was a huge Ethiopian and Somalian sort of diaspora there. And we used to go to, it was called the Red Sea, because Red Sea, Ethiopia. And we used to go there and try, that's where we first tried it, Ethiopian food. And it was just like, I was like, it's okay, maybe it'll grow on me. And then over the years I tried it, but I'm done. I'm not going back. I can't stand it. We also have the best Chinese food place right around the corner from our house in Phoenix. It's called China Chili. Everybody says it's the best place. But one time, about 30 years ago, I went to this Chinese food place near where I was living at that time, and also in Phoenix. And I'd gone there several times, and it was good. I'm not a huge Chinese food guy, but it was pretty good. But one day I went there, and I got deathly ill. I know I got food poisoning. I was just vomiting for like a full 24 hours, and it was, you know, fever and stuff like that. It was horrible. And that kind of turned me off from Chinese food. So this is strange. Despite the fact that I eat all this weird ethnic cuisine, I eat a lot of Middle Eastern, North African, you know, Indian subcontinent, all kinds of, I'll eat any kind of weird ethnic food. But Chinese food, I'm not doing that because of, you know, I've had a really bad experience with it. And if I ever do Chinese food, it's got to be something so bland. It's got to be like Panda Express. Panda Express is like the only Chinese food I would ever consider touching anymore. But, yeah, I don't know. What do you like to eat? What's any weird cuisine, or are you just barbecue? And I love barbecue. I'll have it once or twice a year. We've got this place called Little Miss Barbecue here, which is exceptional barbecue. Really good. Little Miss Barbecue. Tell me about it in the comments. What kind of food, what kind of cuisine you enjoy. Talk to you later.